Hello everyone, welcome back to the midweek review for You Like That Extra. You're joined with me. My name's Adam and I'm one half of You Like That Extra.
My name's Jack, I'm the other half of You Like That Extra.
Coming off the back of another big main show episode where we gave you our review of Zack Snyder's Army of the Dead, we're here this week to bring you Murder Mystery Week. We hit you with a couple murder mystery classics, gave you the choice of Clue. Jeez. Clue. Who knew that would make a fucking movie, huh? Knives Out, and I've already forgotten the other one again.
Bad Times at the El Rey.
That one, and as you know, that's not the one that won, because the movie that won was Knives Out, the Rian Johnson directed murder mystery that was very well fucking intriguing. So we'll jump into that. Guys, if you're here for your first time, please subscribe, like the episode, do all that good stuff. Share us around. If you aren't aware of our main show happens every Sunday and Tuesday. We give you some news. We give you a main review of a brand new release movie. And then we have question time at the end, which is generally not safe for work. But, hey, we give you a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Utter nonsense.
Listen, just skip to the question section. It's marked out on there so you know where to jump to. Just go to the question section and you'll understand what we're about.
Yeah.
So any future sponsors, don't go to that. Watch us from the start.
Just watch the review.
Yeah, just watch the review. That's what you're going to pay for. All right, no. But seriously, guys, we're here this week to talk about Knives Out, a murder mystery, as said, directed and written by Rian Johnson, who you may know as the guy that butchered Star Wars.
Of course you're one of those people.
Yes, of course I am. This movie is a running time of 130 minutes, another longer movie as well. Released in 2019, before COVID. So, budget of 40 million, boxed 311.4 million.
Ooh.
Big draws on this movie here.
That's what having a big cast does, baby.
Exactly right. And with the Rotten Tomatoes score, huge. 97% on the critics. 92% on the audience.
Double 90s. Far out.
You don't see that a lot.
That does not.
And for something as silly as this movie has its moments
weird,
to be,
like
strange,
weird's a good word for it. Yeah,
different. Wow, and we'll get into fucking why we maybe we both agree on this. So this is starring, led by Daniel Craig.
Yes, it is.
We've also got the likes of Chris Evans, Ana de Armas, Jamie Lee Curtis, Michael Shannon, Don Johnson, Toni Collette, Lakeith Stanfield, Catherine Langford, Jade Martell, and Christopher Plummer, among many other people I'm sure are also in this. Don't know if I missed anyone.
No, not really.
I think that's the main. A lot of big names
like
that you
lawyer
already
guy
know.
that nobody knows.
Yeah. But yeah, as said, a lot of big names in this movie. And yeah, this is a complete straight murder mystery of a movie. So, jumping straight into this, Jack, Knives Out. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, this movie is fucking great, isn't it?
It really is.
A fucking good movie. Mostly because of the performances. For me personally, that's what I like movies for.
Yep.
I just love a powerhouse performance, and this is just littered with them.
Yep.
Especially Daniel Craig. I mean, Daniel Craig takes the ball and just fucks off into another sport with it.
Yes,
that's
he
how
does.
good he is in this movie. Just one of the weirdest decisions ever to do that voice, but whatever. And it's like a murder mystery that's like, yeah, kind of complex, but you could pick it straight away if you're in tune enough.
Yeah.
Like on a second watch, you're like, of course, you have the benefit of hindsight. You're like, oh, duh, of course.
Yeah, of course.
But like, you know, and it explains it well enough.
Yeah.
Like it does it in a funny way, kind of poking fun at the genre, but still firmly planting its feet as one of the great murder mystery movies.
Yeah.
Ah, man, this movie's so good, dude.
Yeah, it really is. So this movie came around because for the last couple of weeks we've mentioned Knives Out because obviously the sequel is in the works. We've been getting the list of actors and actresses that are going to be in the second one, and already it's shaping up to be what this fucking first cast was.
Yeah.
Started with absolute talent.
Yeah.
And yeah, so being able to finally watch this movie, it was fucking amazing.
It's good, isn't it?
Really, really enjoyed this movie.
Yeah, it just fucking flies by.
It flies by. It has so much different feels and emotions to it.
There is not a second of fat in this movie.
No, there's
there is
not.
no trim. There is no downtime.
Everything's there for a reason.
Every single scene has to be there.
Because nothing lingers. There's no lingering in this movie.
No.
And where I thought this movie was going to, it just didn't.
No.
Like, from the whole beginning of, like, of Lakeith Stanfield's character interviewing every person individually.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this movie could just keep going on like this, and we're going to figure out different motives from each person. And then it just sort of just jumps to being the main girl, Marta, and going on in this other story. I'm like, oh, wow, I'm more on board with this now. This is also hectic.
Just, like, subtle, clever dialogue, like, in those interviews, like, just telling little differences in the story and not pointing it out, not making a big scene about it.
Yeah.
But, like, they'll just casually say the complete opposite thing to the last family member. Just, like, little details like that. Like, it's such a good script. Like,
yeah, it's so well written from Ryan Johnson. It's obviously it's a complex type story because you're essentially writing a murder mystery in real time.
Yeah, you don't want obvious pin to pin. You want like you want to throw the audience up. And
if you want something to really work, you've got to put a lot of time and effort into it to make sure that everything is perfect.
It has to make sense.
It's got to make sense. Because obviously mystery movies can go a plethora of different ways.
Fall up their own ass. Like,
it can trip so easily. It can trip up and go, fuck. I was on board with this, and now it's tripped up, and you're like, fuck.
Yeah.
We're going good, but this doesn't do this. And as you said, it's a big credit to the people that are in this movie. They all play their part perfectly.
Yeah.
Everyone has a different type of character, and they're brilliant. No one is shit in this movie. No one is fodder.
Nope.
Everyone serves a purpose. And this movie has beginning, middle, and an end. And it has a twist that is being given to you through the middle meat of this movie. But then by the end of it, it's reversed to something completely different, but it's the same.
Yeah, it's
confusing to think, I know.
Still the same outcome, but the
different
way they get there
and
is just like, oh, what the fuck? Yeah.
And I was like, that's really smart.
It's
because
great.
you haven't had to make up a separate story on how this actually happened.
And the reveal is kind of, it's close enough together too where it's still fresh in your mind.
Yeah,
it's not like at the beginning of the movie, if you didn't see what this hedge was, then you're not going to understand the end. You know, it's not that complex of a mystery.
Exactly.
Like, it's not taking the piss.
No. It's not a massive brain fuck, but it's just smart enough.
And it's all contained. Well, not all, but like mostly contained in the house.
Yeah,
which is this beautiful, like insane, gorgeous.
It's sets. What it reminds me of is those older PC games, the Find It games.
Yeah, and that's what I was about to say. It's like a board game. Like,
yeah,
every room is so distinct that you can place it, and you can, like, when they're like unfurling the mysteries or whatever, or furling it back up and keeping you guessing.
Yeah,
you're like, oh, but that, like, the stairs make noise or whatever, you know, like, oh, there's that secret window, but like the maid had to be here to see that, you know, like just stuff like that. It's so crucial to direction and set design that you can follow it and you know where everyone is at any one moment.
Yeah.
And again, that's how it could fall up its own ass. And like, yeah, they have to repeat some stuff, but when they do repeat some stuff, there's like subtle jokes or subtle differences or whatever, like people misremembering, or like it's just from a different perspective of the camera. Yeah. They use that to the mystery advantage, they use that to comedy advantage, and they use it to misdirection advantage. Like, they just, like, the house is so fucking important to this movie. Yeah. And it just looks cool.
It does. It's
really such
a cool looking house. You just go, yeah, I want to live there.
Yeah.
There's so much clutter and mess. It'd be amazing.
Yeah.
You could just throw a new fucking statue somewhere and it fits in perfectly.
Exactly.
There's no order to this house. It's just straight up, this is how it is.
Yeah.
Hidden rooms, hidden windows. It's got the fucking lot.
Yeah.
So, in terms of this, obviously this being a murder mystery, predictability-wise, upon your first watch, any notions, predictions?
Absolutely no idea.
You were straight up, nope, it could literally be anyone.
Yeah, I was just like, I do not know where this is going. And then they reveal, like, what happened with the nurse. Yeah. And then I was just like, oh, so there's no mystery at all. It's just like...
I was the same. I was exactly the same.
It's not a murder mystery movie at all. It's just
it's a simple mistake.
Yeah, not redemption, but like I guess the opposite of redemption is how she's going to get away with it.
Mm.
Because, like, yeah, why are we dancing around spoilers? Like, the nurse kills him
Yeah.
with, like, administering the wrong drug.
Kills him.
Kills him, administering the wrong drug.
Spoiler. Doesn't kill him.
And, yeah, and Detective, whatever his name is, Benoit Blanc. He takes a real shine to her, like, sort of in an accusatory manner, but also, like, he's just like, hey, she can keep up with me, and
yeah,
this is going to be fun. But you think the mystery's gone and the rest of the movie is her getting out of this situation. But then they're just like, still a mystery.
There's something else afoot. And when that snap happens, then it's on another roller coaster of a fucking movie.
Yeah. And it's a long movie.
And it is just over 2 hours long.
Yeah, it has to be, but like, it's such a riot.
But you're so on board with that whole 2 hours.
And the reveals are perfectly placed.
Yeah.
The breadcrumb trail is perfectly placed.
Yes.
Again, as I was saying, not a single ounce of fat. Just so good.
It's just simply amazing. Now, the only sort of issue, it's not an issue, it's just more of a nitpick, is obviously Daniel Craig's accent. I was
my favorite part of this movie.
Thrown off. I loved it by the end of it.
Yeah.
But when I first heard it, I was thrown because at first you hear his name is Detective Benoit Blanc.
Yeah.
So I go, he's French. And then he comes on and he's like, well, my word is I am Detective Benoit Blanc.
And it's like, they make a Colonel Sanders joke, and that's when you're on board, because you're just like, okay, they're in the world, they're aware of it.
100%.
They're aware of it.
Yeah, like, it's so Kentucky of an accent, and it shouldn't fit his like physique of a character at all. But by the end of it, you're like,
serve anything to the movie.
He could just be a normal talking.
He could just be
be British.
Yeah,
and it'd be fine.
There's too close to Bond or whatever, whatever.
But
fuck,
it drives his character even more so. And by the end of it, you'll love it.
Unbelievable.
He has the bluest eyes I've ever fucking seen.
Gorgeous eyes.
What the fuck? I was entrapped by those eyes. Every single time it closed up on his eyes, I'm like, I'm looking at
I had to ask Alyssa,
man.
I was just like, are they contacts, or is he's like, how does he have a normal conversation in real life with eyes that beautiful?
Yeah, no, it's...
It must like, you got to go to the bank and cast a check, and it's just like, everyone's just like, whoa.
Yeah, do you want me to? Do you want more money? I'll give you.
But his performance is just so superb. Like,
yeah, he's brilliant. Like, he's so brilliant.
It's riding the line between this like savant and he's this genius, the greatest detective of all time, and just a complete fucking idiot. Like, like headphones in, singing a song or whatever, or just like, just like getting fooled by a 16-year-old girl. Like, it's like, is he brilliant or is he a fucking idiot?
Yeah.
And then at the end, he kind of goes, oh, well, I knew all along.
Yeah, she's like, how, like, when did you know that, I was more a part of this? He's like, from the very first moment I saw you.
Yeah, because of the blood on the shoe. But,
a little bit of blood.
But then you're just like, well, did he just see that? We genuinely don't know.
Yeah. I reckon he probably did notice from the start, because it was always there from the start, and there were scenes where he was sort of closer to a shoe and he could have taken a glance. And I think it's seen a couple times where he has looked at the shoe directly.
Yeah.
And you're sort of just like, yeah, no, that's believable. But obviously he's not going to announce that from the start. Being like, you got blood in your shoe.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Casting Chris Evans, very famously the nicest man on the planet, as just a prick.
As the prick son that just coasts off the money and does nothing. Gets cut out the will and goes, fuck that.
Yeah.
Reverse that shit, man. Uno.
Spoiler, he's the bad guy the whole time.
He's the bad guy the whole time.
I got that spoiled for me the day before I watched this movie.
Oh, bullshit.
I was listening to The Weekly Planet.
Yeah.
My favorite podcast. And they still joke about it to this day. The main, the guy, the host of the podcast, just said it, forgetting that it was a very recent movie.
Fuck.
And he was just like, oh yeah, Chris Evans, the bad guy from Knives Out.
Yeah.
And then he was like, and then there was the whole bit, oh, should I edit that out? And it's like, no, it's actually pretty funny if you just bombed it. But yeah, I heard that the day before. I had already rented it. and I heard that spoiler today for it. Like, it didn't taint the movie at all for
Yeah,
like,
nah, but
I mean, I guess
it
did.
removes a portion of the mystery
it
behind
removes
it.
some of the fun, but yeah, I wish I could have seen it with those eyes.
Yeah.
Fresh, but
Very good.
Unfortunately, yeah.
I can tell you, very good.
Unfortunately, that was
Because just the way
rudely taken from me.
the way that the ending unravels and the explanation from Benoit Blanc of how the whole events transpired and that, and it's just mesmerizing. And then seeing like the flashbacks to like Chris Evans actually doing that and all that, and then the standard ending, you know, oh, we've got your confession, haha, lol, record, and then grabs a knife to stab Marta, and it's a fakey.
It's a fake knife because they mentioned
push
just
out.
a throwaway line earlier, just like when he's about to kill himself, he's like, "Oh, you can't tell the difference between a proper knife and a fake knife, whatever."
Yeah.
What was I going to say? Oh yeah, the conceit of the Marta can't lie without wanting to throw up. It's so stupid, but
it is
like,
really silly. But you look past it in this. You really do.
But it's stupid, like on purpose stupid. Like Rian Johnson wasn't like, "Oh no, this is an actual affliction." No, he was just taking the piss. Like this movie is taking the piss, but it's like doing it very well.
Really well.
It's so funny, dude.
Yeah. And
then that comes around at the end. She holds it in.
Yeah.
Tells a big lie and holds it in.
Yeah. And there's in a movie like this where it has so much going on in terms of like the props and the sets being used, you're always going to find little things here and there.
Oh yeah, of course.
And that's just the beauty of movies, is throwing in these little quick little tidbits and what you can get away with, like the ending when the movie is resolved, Chris Evans is arrested, Marta's on top of the balcony looking down at the rest of the family, and she's holding the coffee mug where she goes to take a drink, and the only words that aren't blocked out is "my house."
Yeah.
Because it's Harlan's coffee cup that says "my house, my rules, my coffee." Fingers are covering the other two, and it just says "my house." And I've gone, that's funny.
She wins.
I see what you did there.
She wins.
Good work.
Jamie Lee Curtis, full Karen. Just like
the
quintessential Karen in this movie. Down to the haircut.
Yeah, very much so.
Down to the way she acts, like, holy shit.
Can I say that I fucking hate Toni Collette in this?
Yeah.
For her character?
Yep. She's meant to be, like, you're
Jesus
meant to.
fucking Christ.
Oh, it's so jarring.
She plays it so well, and I've gone, oh my God.
Get
Loved
off
you in
the
Hereditary,
screen.
but fucking this, I want you gone.
Get off the screen.
I hope you're the one doing it. I want to see you die. Ugh.
And then,
Irked me.
It's just like scenes of them, like, they really do feel like a family. There's the big scene of them arguing about like illegal immigrants and stuff.
Yeah.
Like when you're drunk at a party, they're the type of weird arguments your family has. It's always just like, oh, I didn't know this was in there. Like,
yeah.
you know,
You're like,
you ever been around your family and you hear them say something, you're just like,
very questionable. You go,
where the fuck did that come from?
Yeah, don't say that.
Yeah, my mum does it. Mum does it at least once every year at Christmas.
Yeah,
she'll just drop something out of nowhere. You're just like, what the?
Mum, what?
You raised us right. Where's this coming from?
Yeah, what's this secret past you have?
But yeah, the family is like very naturally a family where they all kind of hate each other, but they're like, they're all like pushing, like their ulterior motive is, well, if anyone in the family gets the money, we all get the money.
Yeah.
So I'll be nice enough to my family. Except to Toni Collette. They all fucking hate Joni.
Yeah, she's for some reason is always there, and like they know she's there, but they just don't want to acknowledge her that she's there.
And she's trying to make like Jamie Lee Curtis dance. She doesn't even look up at her.
Yeah,
just
like, having a conversation.
Like
it's just like, oh,
and it's like,
God.
Again, every family has that. Like, it's just so realistic. Like,
there's
very funny.
The weird younger kid that's always in the background.
14 troll, yeah.
Yeah. So that's the kid from It.
That's where he's from. Yeah. Because I know
He
13
plays
Reasons
Georgie.
Why, isn't it?
Yeah, she's the other girl.
Catherine
Then
Langford.
the guy that plays Georgie is the little kid that they call the Nazi that jerks off to dead deer. And I was like, Jesus Christ, that's fucking far, isn't it?
Yeah, that line hits like a brick.
Yeah, I've gone,
so
whoo!
funny.
And we don't see that happens. You just go, all right, yeah, cool. I agree. Sure. Yeah, he just kind of sits in the background and does fucking nothing.
Yeah.
Michael Shannon sounds so much like Bill Hader in this movie.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It is unparalleled. I've gone, Are they related?
No, I don't know, man. But Michael Shannon's very Bill Hader anyway, and like he's just a chameleon and
Yeah.
can do 1,000 voices, and
He's very good at doing a lot
and
of
he
things.
looks different all the time.
Yeah.
He
Like
always looks different.
like one of my favorite movies that he's in is The Iceman, where he plays a famed sort of a hitman for a mob in America. It's a true story.
Yeah.
Where he just worked to kill people for the mob because they referenced him that he was cold as ice when he did it.
Yeah, right.
So they called him the Iceman because he just would just kill
Yeah.
and not show any emotion
Cold
to it.
as ice.
Really good movie. I really enjoy that movie.
Yeah, cool.
But yeah, and this is just a completely another character in general.
He's kind of like a sniveling weasel.
Yeah, exactly.
Silver spoon, like there's the big theme of, they're all self-made, and the cops keep making reference to how self-made they are, but really it was just the granddad.
Yeah, it was always just
more
the
money,
granddad.
set them all up.
He was the big guy. Michael Shannon's character wouldn't be a publisher because, he's only ever publishing his grandfather's books twice a year, and it's his grandfather's books.
And you have the motive because he cuts them all off the night of the party.
Yeah.
It's like that, so everyone has a motive.
Yeah, everyone has a reason to.
Yeah, it's simple enough, I guess. Like you get it, but
yeah,
it works. Works in this movie.
It works itself because at the end of the day, the death just comes down to straight up suicide.
Yeah.
There was no switch. Marta injected the correct dosages.
Yep.
Because that was her instinct. She knew exactly which ones were which, even though they were swapped.
She's a good nurse.
She's a good nurse. So he would have been fine. He
Chris
wouldn't have
Evans,
died.
yeah.
Chris Evans.
But Chris Evans just doubled down and overcorrected and shot himself in the foot.
Yep, very much so.
Also,
yeah,
it was around the time of obviously the last two Avengers movies.
Mm-hmm.
Chris Evans is enormous.
Yeah,
like hilariously enormous.
Yeah,
and they put him in this white cardi and he's sitting at a table just massive.
Yeah,
full Captain America bod.
Yeah.
Also extremely good looking.
Yeah. So I'd say that's Knives Out. It's a fucking brilliant movie. You really need to watch it if you haven't seen it, because after me going, I need to see it. Now that I have seen it, fuck.
I was like, I didn't see it at the movies. I was like, I'll watch it one day.
Yeah, I don't even remember it, man. I barely even remember it. So obviously the sequel's already confirmed. We're getting the casting that's been being announced every couple of days or so. More people are being announced to it, which is definitely going to happen because Johnson already said that he wanted to create sequels with Benoit Blanc investigating further mysteries. 100%. This is something you can see.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Him constantly going out and doing more shit like this.
Yeah.
I think it's a very easy formula to follow if Ryan does the same thing.
But you can also make them super different as well. As long as you have Benoit Blanc investigating something.
Yep.
That's all you need.
So, obviously, Netflix came out a month ago or so, a little bit over a month, to say Netflix has bought the rights for 2 more Knives Out sequels.
Gave them
for about $400 million.
Oh, God, that's so much money.
And filming for the first one is going to begin June 28th this year in Greece.
Interesting.
Yes.
It'll be a real Mamma Mia situation.
Yep. So that's all coming.
Never seen Mamma Mia. I don't know why.
They're just like, was that in Greece?
Oh my God.
Let's just say My Big Fat Greek Wedding, great movie.
There you go.
Yeah, great movie. But yeah, so we'll get the sequel more than likely in a year and a half's time, probably.
Probably, yeah.
Depending how it goes. I mean, maybe the back end of 2022, maybe the start of 2023.
Depends how the shoot goes.
Depends how COVID's going to go over there. But as said, we'll go through that casting that we've got so far. So for the sequel, Dave Bautista, Ed Norton, Janelle Monáe, Catherine Hahn, Leslie Odom Jr., and Kate Hudson so far.
Already good.
And Daniel Craig is confirmed to be back as well, so obviously. So big plans for Knives Out. I'm very excited for it. If it's anything like
Knives
this one.
Out 2 will come out before No Time to Die.
Yes, I do.
Remember, we've still got a James Bond movie coming out that was made 4 years
fucking
ago.
Hell, that was supposed to be one of our earlier episodes.
Yep.
And now we're up to episode
That was supposed to be our big
68.
movie comeback episode.
Yeah, it was 68 episodes in now of the main show and about 12 in on the extra.
But yeah, I just want more of this. I just want more.
Yeah.
Just put a camera in front of Daniel Craig and just let him go.
His big blue eyes and a Kentucky accent.
Yep.
We
Done.
want that. All right, guys. Thank you for sticking around and listening to us on the midweek review for You Like That Extra. Every Thursday, we bring you out a new one. Monday, we give you the options for what to choose from. While you're at it, check out our main show over at You Like That Podcast. Every Sunday on the audio platforms. Tuesdays for your YouTube viewing pleasures. If you want any merch, hit us up at youlikethatpodcast.store. Like the shirt Jack is sporting right now and the Heather tee. Very, very comfortable. So, guys, thank you so much for sticking with us. Again, my name is Adam, and I've been one half of You Like That Extra.
My name's Jack. I've been the other half of You Like That Extra.
And we'll see you next week, guys.